So what's going on, guys? This is Infinity here, and today we are doing another Rust review because there's no Grand Arena on the big bright horizon and we need to have things to do. So we're gonna get right into it. So he's got like all the meta characters except for Darth Revan, Padme. He's got all the legendary characters and Hero's Journey characters. So we're gonna get into Bounty Hunters, and I'm gonna cover 3v3 and 5v5 Grand Arena teams for him. So I'm gonna start off with Bosk, with Dengar and Embo. It could be a really great team to hold for defense because Bosk's leadership is just gonna give them their protection and health back. And Dengar is really annoying to deal with on his own, and Embo's just gonna deal a shit ton of damage. And as another team, you could use Django lead with Boba and IG-88, and that would be your two bounty hunter teams. I believe that would be a really solid option for you. So your clones are looking really good. Do you have Wampa? Alright, yes you do. Let's get back to clone troopers. Alright, you could use Rex Wampa, and after that you'll have 4 clones left. So Shakti came out today. Use Shakti. Shakti lead with Cody 5's Echo and Clone Sergeant. It's probably gonna be a really good offensive team, so I would not put it on defense yet until you have tested it out yet. I always test out my teams on the most difficult node of mod battles. And yeah, that's it for clone troopers. So droids, I'll cover them in their own factions. Empire, you've got a decent Empire team, so I'm gonna say you need to invest in Magma Trooper, because in 3v3 you could do Grand Admiral Thrawn lead, Death Trooper, Magma Trooper, and that's a solid Traya counter. Right there. In your roster. Magma Trooper, he could be useful. Also, get Imperial Probe Droid up a bit, because if you can get him a little bit more survivable, he could one-shot someone for you. It could win you a Grand Arena. On offense mostly. On defense, well, it could give you a few banners, but I would use him on offense if I were you. If I would get stuck behind a team, I would use IPD to blow someone up. So, Emperor Palpatine, we're gonna use him in a Sith team. We use Grand Admiral Thrawn, Magma Trooper, Death Trooper. We use them in the 3v3 teams. So, the last 3v3 team would be Grand Moff Tarkin lead with Short Trooper and Tarkin. Why not Stormtrooper? Well, my opinion is that Short Trooper is better. If you only could get him up one more gear tier, he would be really valuable for you. So you could choose Stormtrooper for now, but get your Short Trooper up a bit, because he is a bit lacking in gear. And his level is only at level 65. So let's move... Wait, I didn't cover the 5v5 team. So for 5v5, you could use it as a Traya counter as well. Grand Admiral Thrawn, Darth Vader, Death Trooper, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Magma Trooper. That could be a really solid Traya killer. Moving on to Ewoks. So you've got all the Ewoks, all the good Ewoks at least, except for Logray. You've got Ewok Scout instead of Logray. That surprises me, but Logray is really what makes the Ewoks valuable. So I would not put them on defense, except if you have. No, I would just use them for offense. If I were you, I would not put them on defense because I don't think they're gonna hold really good without Logray. So let's go to first order. First order, 3v3. You could use Kylo Ren a mask, Kylo Ren first order executioner. That's one of the most solid teams for first order. You could also choose to leave out first order executioner and put in like Wampa or something like that, because it's gonna surprise the opponents of what a Wampa could do in a first order team. I have used it in my own roster, and it held surprisingly well. You could also just use Kylo Ren Unmasked, R2D2, and Wampa, because Kylo Ren is gonna get yeah, he's gonna be the only one in the open like all of the battle. So yeah, it would be a really all round team, because even if you dispel the taunt on Kylo Ren Unmasked, the other characters would still be in stealth. And next up, you could use Phasma Lead, First Order Officer, First Order TIE Pilot, or if you use R2D2 and Wampa, you could use Phasma Lead, First Order Executioner, and Kylo Ren. Then you have another solid team. 5v5, I would use Kylo Ren Unmasked, Kylo Ren, First Order Executioner, First Order Officer in your case. I would get your Starfighter type pilot up, this one, because he's got really good abilities, and he's gonna be really valuable in the long run, of course. So you have got these three in a team already. Then you could throw in Wampa and R2D2 because of the same reasons in a 3v3 match. Or you could just throw in First Order Officer and then like a Wampa or something, or a Nest, or maybe even no, that wouldn't be right in the First Order team. Those are your options for First Order in Grand Arena. So let's move on to Fleet Commanders. No, Galactic Republic. Yeah. So you have not got Padme unlocked yet. Well, it's really tough to unlock her the first time around anyway. So no doubt you tried, but you probably wouldn't. Yeah, you probably couldn't get through Fish Face. It's a really solid Galactic Republic roster, though. So what I'm gonna say is, let's ignore this for now because I see a lot of Jedi, and we could use them elsewhere. So Geos, you've got two Geos. We're gonna get to them with Separatists in that case. No healers. Imperial Troopers. Yeah, you should give him some love. You should give Ranged Troopers some love if you can, because he's gonna give them protection up, and he's gonna make them a lot more survivable. Jawas, you've got them maxed as well, like almost all of your guilds. Jedi, this is gonna be where we shine. So your first team in 5v5, because we're gonna start big here. You've got a lot of characters here for me to cover. Jedi Knight Revan with Jolie, Grandmaster Yoda, and Hermit Yoda. And then a fifth. I would use Barris to keep the health equalization going. Or I would use Jedi Knight Anakin in there. And then as other team, I would use Best Sean. Well, let's go another route. Let's try and make a timeout team. Use Jedi Knight Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, Hermit Yoda, um, with Barris and Ezra, and then use your Basila with Jolie. I know you have a Max Phoenix, but just use Kanan. Um, use Obi-Wan Kenobi as Old Ben, and we didn't use Jedi Knight Anakin, right? Or did we? Well, mm, this is a lot of Jedi. Um, give me 1 second to think. Alright, we're gonna keep your JK, that's one thing I know. We're gonna keep your Jedi Knight Revan squad together as well, so Jedi Knight Revan, Best Sean, Jolie Bindo, Grandmaster Yoda, and then we're gonna just throw in Hermit Yoda. We're gonna save your Kanan and Ezra for your Phoenix squad, at least for now, or for a Rebel team. We're gonna save your Old Ben. We're gonna save your Jedi Knight Anakin and your Barriss Offee. And your Qui-Gon Jinn. So, we are gonna go to the next phase. Night Sisters. You've got really great Night Sisters. Wait, I didn't cover the 3v3 teams. What am I doing? So, Jedi Knight Revan, Jolie Bindo, Grandmaster Yoda. It's a no-brainer. As second team, I would use Bastila Shan with Jedi Knight Anakin and Hoda, in your case. Or if you want to make them a little tougher, you've got Zeta on Barriss. You could use, instead of Jedi Knight Anakin, Barriss Offee to make him a little bit more survivable. I mean, they're not going to do a lot of damage, but on defense, it could be a really tough team to get through. You could also use your Barriss in your First Order team to make them a little bit more survivable. But I would just keep it like this. Alright, you could do, as next team, you could do Old Ben lead with Kanan and Ezra. You've got 2 tanks and 1 solid damage dealer. The damage dealer is gonna give him protection up as well sometimes on his second special. And that could be really annoying to get through. Alright, that about covers the Jedi. Let's go to Night Sisters. So, for 3v3, you have Mother Talzin. You've got Night Sister Spirit, I would throw in there. And Night Sister Acolyte. And then the other team's gonna be... do you have... Yeah, you have Asajj leadership status. So I would use her as leader, not Oldaka. With Night Sister Zombie and Oldaka. So that's gonna be 2 3v3 teams. And as 5v5 teams, I would use Asajj Ventress with Mother Talzin lead, Night Sister Zombie, Oldaka, and Night Sister Spirit. Why Night Sister Spirit? Because she's got a way better kit than Night Sister Acolyte. And if you're gonna use the team on offense, the AI most of the time won't know what to do with Night Sister Zombie. So they're just gonna keep attacking her. Alright, Old Republic. You've got a lot of Zetas in your Old Republic, but you have not gotten the Zeta on Karth yet. Get the Zeta on Karth. Use it with Mission and Zalbar. Wait, do you have Kira? That's what I want to know. Scoundrel. Yeah, you've got Kira. Mm, that's gonna be a really solid lead, but you could also use Stormtrooper Han because his leadership, as you see right here, it gives 40% defense, well above 50% health. I mean 40% defense. And that's gonna be really great for Zalbar because it's gonna make him really, really, really tanky. Mm, Alright, let's just get into this. You've got Mission, you've got Zalbar. We're gonna use them somewhere else because you have not gotten the Zeta on Karth. So, Phoenix. Mm, you've got a maxed out Phoenix. So in 3v3, you're probably gonna use Hera with um, Kaden and Ezra. And yeah, there's no other leader. If I were you, I would keep the two Jedi because they're really valuable in other teams. And I would do Hera with Sabine and Zeb. And then you'll have Chopper as a droid left for your Rey Jedi training. You could throw Chopper in there for yeah, because she's got some droid synergy. Rebels. 3v3. Commander Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, Han Solo. No brainer. Um, the R2D2. You could use him in the First Order team. Um, let's see. Do I have another team for you that I could think of myself? Well, you could do Akbar lead with Chase for 3v3. And if 5v5, you could do Akbar lead with Chase, C3PO, and what's gonna be the fifth? Well, you could throw in like Wampa or something to throw your enemies off. I mean, you will have the enemy dazed, so they won't be able to assist. That already yeah, the Ewoks won't be able to get through your team then. Um, it would also rule out the Karth counter. It would also rule out. Yeah, it would just rule out a lot of teams. You couldn't counter it with Phoenix, couldn't counter it with CLS because of the days. Well, you probably would be able to counter it with CLS if you got the speeds right. Hmm. Anyway, it's still a solid team. Just use Akbar lead with Base, Chirrut, and then throw in two other characters. Resistance. Um, yeah, in 3v3 you're probably gonna use Rey, BB-8, and Resistance Trooper, or Rey as Scavenger. Um, yeah, you've got solid resistance. With 5v5 you could use Rey with BB-8, maybe C3PO, Rey as Scavenger, and Resistance Trooper. Moving on to Rogue One. You have got Jin, you've got Chase. We've just used your Chase. Scoundrel. This is where I'm gonna shine with my theory crafting. So far, it's been a little problematic from my side. I know that myself. Um, so, you've got Captain Han Solo. That's a really solid character, so you could do Kira with Vander Chewie L3, Mission Zalbar. That's a really solid team right there. And a second team, yeah, Yeah, you could just use. Where's. Do you have any other solid leaders for this faction? You've got Stormtrooper Han. Use him with Nest and maybe Captain Han. But Stormtrooper Han with Nest is already really annoying because Nest's gonna get a lot more defense. So she's gonna be harder to get through. Um, Also, one of my fun teams is where's he? Where is he? Oh, Clone Wars Shoe is right there. Well, that's not gonna be a team then. Um, just use Kira Lee in that case with L3 Vendor Chewie. Um, you could use Captain Han, and as a fifth, I mean, you could choose Embo just to throw them off because he is a bounty hunter. He's got the synergy with the bounty hunters. But if you throw him in that team, he's gonna get a lot of bonuses from Kira's leadership. What I'm giving you here, this is just a theory crafting team, but he is an attacker. So he could get 30% more offense whenever he scores a critical hit. And with his head throw, that would be 30% more damage, and that's a lot for Embo, especially at gear 12. So that could be a great team for you. So Separatists. Alright, I would get up your Newt a bit because he's gonna be really valuable. You could do Newt lead in that case with Geo Soldier. Get up your Sunfac a bit. Magniguard and Count Dooku. That would be a really solid team. So your Sith. Well, Darth Trey and Nihilus Scion in 3v3. That's a no-brainer. EP with Bastila Fallen and Sith Trooper is also a no-brainer. In 5v5, we haven't used Palpatine yet. So we're gonna use Palpatine, Bastila Fallen. We're gonna use you probably want your Triumvirate together, but I myself use Emperor Palpatine with Bastila Fallen, Scion and Nihilus in one team on offense with Sith Trooper, and it almost clears out anything. And you've still got Sith for Traya. You've got Maul, Vader, and Count Dooku. I mean, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need to split up your Sith, that could be a great way. But I don't know, because your Traya team, you have got Darth Traya. I don't have Darth Traya yet. So you could use Darth Traya with Nihilus Scion, Maul, and Dooku. And then you'll have Emperor Palpatine with Bastila Fallen, Vader, Sith Trooper, and Dooku left. Vader and Sith Trooper. And then you just throw in like Death Trooper or something. Or replace Maul with Tron. So you have Emperor Palpatine, Bastila Fallen, Tron, Death Trooper, and Sith Trooper. That is a really solid team. I use that sometimes in Grand Arena. and it works for me. Sith Empire, you do not have Darth Revan yet, but you do have HK-47. You could use him with his lead with Chopper because you have got him left. And let's take a look at the other droids you've got left. You could throw in Magna Guard as a filler, but it wouldn't be that valuable. If I'm being honest, for my tier teams, a lot of characters aren't geared up for what I was imagining. So I'm sorry if my team comps are a little bit messy, but they are tier teams, and the ones that I know that work, you don't have all the characters for those teams. So I'm gonna give you some farms in seconds for the theory teams to really shine. We're gonna get through Sith. I would gear up your Savage a bit because he's gonna be really great in your Sith teams, and he's gonna round out your faction for them. I would gear up from the Separatists, Sunfac, and Newt Gunray. Newt Gunray first. From the Scoundrels, I would gear up your Stormtrooper Han and your Clone Wars Chewie. From Rogue One, I would gear up your Jin and K2SO. If you have time for them, they're not on your high priority list. Gear up C3PO a bit. He's a little bit squishy on that gear level. Alright, Rebels. I'm just going to take a look at who you should gear. You could gear up your Jin because she's a really great leader. Phoenix, you don't need to gear anyone for them. I would gear up your Karth, and I would make that priority number 1. Priority number 1 in your roster. Gear up Karth. I'm just gonna say it right here. Gear up Karth. Night Sisters. Gear up Night Sister Spirit and finish Acolytes. I would make Night Sister Spirit your second priority, so after Karth. No, wait. Old Republic. Gear up your Old Republic for... You're gonna need to get Darth Revan first, so not this time around, but next time around. And you're gonna need to get Darth Malak with that. So gear up all of your Old Republic to Gear 12. Give Karth his Zeta. And you're gonna have a whole bunch of other teams you can make. Night Sisters, I just covered that. Jedi. Alright. Finish Ahsoka Tano for the Padme team. That's all I could say on that note. No Imperial Troopers. I wanted to tap on Imperial Troopers. Gear up your Range Trooper. Gear up your Magma Trooper. Magma Trooper is also in your high priority list. Gear up Shore Trooper. Gear up Snow Trooper. Gear up Stark. Just get this faction rounded out. You could leave Stormtrooper out if you want, because he's not really that good. Not healers, Geonosian. Not that important at the moment, I just covered Sunfac. Galactic Republic. Looking fine for now. First Order. Gear up Starfighter TIE pilots. and gear up First Order Stormtrooper. Alright, from this section, from Ewoks, I would say get Logray up to 7 stars and max his gear out, because he's gonna make your Ewoks a lot more valuable, especially for Grand Arena defense. Alright, droids. Get up your Imperial Probe droid, that's gonna be important for you. Get up your General Grievous, that's gonna be important for you. Padme. Clone Troopers, that's fine for now. Bounty hunters are fine for now as well. Alright. So, on that note, I just told you what characters to gear up. So, I would start with Old Republic. Then I would do your Night Sisters, because it's gonna be really important to have Spirit. She's like one of the best characters. She's gonna do a shit ton of damage. Because if she has Foresight, she's gonna deal 100% more damage and more offense, and ignores armor. She's gonna stun and dispel all buffs, and she's gonna remove 20% turn meter and gain turn meter equal to that amount, and that's only at level 4. It's gonna be better when it's maxed out. So it was a little bit of a messy roster review, but just gear up the characters I just told you to. And then we can talk about some other teams. So I'm gonna send you some teams on your Discord. What you can work on in the specifics. Because I know you're gonna get it tough with Darth Revan, Malak. You've got Padme to farm, so you need your Separatists. It's gonna be a whole ride for you. And alright, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna hope you had something on this roster review. I'm not 100% happy with it myself. I'm gonna be honest with that, because I want to give quality content, and I don't know if I gave some quality to you. And I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed. Wait, before I go, I want to check out one thing, and that's my Night Sisters. They're a mess, but I'm gearing them up at the moment. So, Night Sister Spirit, if she's maxed out, she's even gonna inflict speed down for 2 turns on her basic. She's gonna have a cooldown of 3 on this one, her first special, and she will gain taunt for foresight for 1 turn at the start of each encounter. That's gonna be really solid. And I don't really have her mod that well at the moment, but I've got her 53 speed up. I've got her at 278 damage physical and 1300 special. So it's a really solid character at the moment. I even find some uses for her in Grand Arena at Gear 8. She's a really solid character, so you should invest in her. On that note, I'm gonna leave it here and finish.